On the blue couches with Tim Campbell. He's a longtime blood donor, and he has an amazing story to share this afternoon. But first, Tim, welcome to the blue couches and First at 4.
Thank you so much.
Nice to have you. Talk a little bit about your blood donation history. You've been doing this for years.
1989
Wow.
was the first time I donated. And so I was thinking, how can I donate more? Because that was just whole blood. Whole blood you can do 6 times a year. So then they said, well, you can do plasma. Plasma is 12 times a year. So I did that 30 times, and I said, how can I help it even more?
Wow.
And so they said, well, platelets. You can do platelets. So I started doing platelets in 1995, and my sister had an inoperable brain tumor, angioplastic erythrocytoma.
Oh my. And she really was your inspiration for donating, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you set this goal where you wanted to donate on every date of the calendar year.
Yeah.
Right? And you were so close to your goal. This past January 1st was to be your final. Then you would have donated blood on every single date of the calendar year. And how many years did it take you to get to that point?
Well, 35 years I've been donating.
Wow.
So I started donating the platelets actually in 98. And so that's what, 27 years?
Okay.
Yeah.
That I've been doing platelets. And with platelets, you can do 24 times in a year. You can do a lot.
Wow.
But you hit a stumbling block, and you weren't able to fulfill that goal. You were not able to donate January 1st. Tell our viewers why.
Prostate cancer. I got that, the diagnosis on November 1st.
Wow.
And so I'll just have to wait until 2030.
Oh my goodness.
And,
You can't donate for 5 years.
For 5 years.
But in the midst of this diagnosis, when I'm sure just personally you're trying to just emotionally and physically deal with this diagnosis, you're already thinking about how to make up for the loss of donation. So you want to urge others to donate in your place.
For 15 years, I've been having a blood drive at our church, First Presbyterian Church of the Covenant. And so I've been doing that. Over 1,000 units have been done through that in the 15 years.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we had a blood drive on Saturday, and usually they had about 10 people there on any given Saturday, but the community came forward, and they came, and 56 people came.
Wow.
That's amazing.
And we got 49 units. So 49 units can be used to save people's lives.
That's great. Can people come in and say, I'm donating for Tim, and donate in your place? Wouldn't it be really neat to see just how many people can come in and do that and have a roster going? What a great inspirational story that would be.
I think I was there just before we came at the blood bank, and I think there's like 75 people who have donated since on Saturday.
Yeah, and you're making the rounds. I know that that Elsbeth did a great story with you over the weekend. I know you were on Happy Radio this morning. You just told us off camera that a major television talk show has called you. I don't know if you want to mention it or not, but do you want to say?
Kelly Clarkson's show.
Yes.
Wow.
She's contacted you?
They contacted us yesterday, but we just called back to see if it was a real thing.
Yeah.
And but there was no number to call back, and so anyway.
We'll see
Kelly
how
they
that
called
works out.
today.
Okay.
Yeah, Kelly Clarkson.
And they called today and they said, yeah, it's true. And so I
making
did a
those
little
arrangements?
spiel, about a minute, that I had to do so they can go ahead and
That's
present
terrific.
it to her.
Amazing.
Well, we really hope that your recovery goes smoothly with what you're dealing with. But I really love your inspirational story, and get out there and donate on behalf of Tim, since he can't
Campbell.
do it.
Yeah.
We love that. That's such a great story and such a great plea for the community.
So on Friday, tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I'll go to Cleveland and have the prostate removed.
Okay.
And go from there.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, good luck to you.
Yep.
We'll be thinking about you. Go donate in Tim Campbell's name. It's so easy to do, and it makes such a big impact.
Please.
Yeah.
Tim, thank you
Nice
for
to
being
meet you,
here.
Tim.